Well, welcome to the emergency management committee meeting for December 15th, 2025. Just need a call to order. So moved by Sean, second by Donna, that the meeting be opened at 6 o'clock. All day. Okay. And then the adoption of the agenda, moved by Donna and second by Sean, that the agenda for the Emergency Services Committee meeting for December 15th, 2025 be approved as circulated. All in favor? Yep. And any disclosure of pecuniary interests? None. And the adoption of the previous minutes, so moved by Sean and seconded by Donna, that the minutes of the Emergency Services Committee meeting held October 20th, 2025 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Any presentations of delegations? And then we're down to staff reports. So staff report from the fire chief regarding recent calls, training, and community involvement.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here tonight. This report outlines over the last 2 months of the calls we made, or we had, the training that we did, and the achievements that we had made over the last 2 months. So this report highlights activities of the Bonfield Volunteer Fire Department from October 17th, 2025 to December 11th, 2025. The purpose of this report is to keep the committee and the community informed on fire service activities. This is a highlight of my first 10 months as fire chief. For operations, we have 18 operational volunteer firefighters with 4 junior firefighters as well. We responded to 15 calls because we responded to one after I gave you the report. We got a call, yeah. So we responded to 15 calls for service, 13 medicals, 1 water rescue, and 1 structure fire at a house that was hit by lightning. So the water rescue came in as 2 people in the water that fell over from a boat. They were on the water in the bay here in town. When we arrived on scene, another gentleman had already took them out of the water, so they were just coming on shore when we arrived on scene. So we provided first aid for hypothermia and got some information, and when EMS arrived on scene, we updated them and they were both transported to North Bay Hospital for observation. For the structure fire, the house hit by lightning, this was kind of ironic because it was a Monday night, we had training. So there was a lot of us that were around. The call came in just before training started. And so what happened is the lightning actually hit a tree and then it went along the power line and fried some of the electrical inside the home. So there was no smoke, no fire indications. So we did a very thorough investigation to make sure that there was no arcing in behind the walls. And we spoke with the homeowner and we made sure that he was compliant with CO and smoke alarms as well before we left the scene. There was no damage to the home, just a couple of, we'd say that receptacles had to get replaced. Breakers, so a couple of breakers had to get replaced. So
you're seeing that incident that's happening in Leaside right now where the fire is behind the wall.
Yes.
And it is just crazy.
yeah, they're chasing it. Chasing it. They can't get to it. That's the problem. They can't get to it. So people ask me all the time, like, how can a major urban department not put out the fire? I'm like, I had to explain to them, well, it's actually in between the walls where they can't get access to that wall. So it's a very slow moving burning fire. It's not what you see in the movies. It's a very slow what I guess you could say burn.
But how did they figure that out in the first?
That it was behind the walls. So we have our tick cameras. So you look at the heat signatures. So you see the temperature difference between the temperature in the room and temperature on the wall. So what they do is they take their camera and the thermal imager camera reads the temperature on the inside the wall, and as they scan, they can tell the difference in temperature between.
So they know where it is.
They know where it is. They just can't get to it, and also the materials that's burning as well, because that's in the 70s that building was built. So it's doesn't. If that building was built today's code standard, that material would not be in there.
Good case study though.
It is, and I think that's why they're taking away from, like Chief Jenkins. I think that's what he's taking away from it, is a case study for other fire departments. Say, hey, you know your building construction in your municipality. If you have this, this is what you guys need to do, right, to prevent that this may happening in your area. So the calls that we we've hit 90 calls for service to date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So last year we were at 75, right? 75 last year? Yeah. 75. So we're already up 20% already from last year. And that's gonna be,
Yeah.
indicators our month, our 90 radio pager check. For our regular weekly training, so we do this every Monday night. We do EMS and medical call procedures and equipment refresher, because that is the bulk of the calls. Out of the 90 calls that we've had, we have ran 88% of them are medical. So the guys always check over the equipment, and we always do a little bit of the medical scenario after, like during the training session, to see if the guys are up, and I can explain more on that later on in the report. We also look at our PPE and bunker gear familiarization, because now every firefighter has brand new bunker gear. So I really want to show my gratitude and appreciation to the township and to the residents for providing the funds for us to get the bunker gear. So now every firefighter has brand new bunker gear. I got to order some more next year, because I got some firefighters that were hired after this gear was ordered. So I do need to order some more next year, but I'll talk with Nikki about that. We do also do it. So the SCBA checks are part of the bunker gear. So look at their gear. So when they look at their gear in the SCBA, they're looking to make sure there's any rips, tears, any holes, any burns. The SCBA is a function. They check the battery, make sure that the battery's not low, because we have a stockpile of batteries for when you do get low, that we can change them right there in the station. Our focus has been on the upcoming firefighter emergency first responder practicals, which took place on November 28th to the 30th. And I'm very pleased and grateful to report that every single firefighter that took the medical is now certified.
Yeah.
So now all our firefighters that are responding are now certified in emergency first responder.
That's an accomplishment.
It is, that took a lot of, let's say the best word I can say is that took a lot of intestinal fortitude from the guys, because we were doing it every week to get them prepared for the
A lot of
training.
work.
It is a lot of work, yeah. But we made it enjoyable too.
Yeah.
So that way when they're there, we made it enjoyable, so that way they didn't feel like they're in a classroom setting, right?
Well, and it was very successful.
Yeah. For our special training, our firefighters were preparing for the NFPA standard certification. The firefighters, that was at the end of October, that they did their NFPA firefighter 1 written and practical. And I got the results for just the practical, not the written yet. So practical, everybody's passing practical. So I'm just waiting for AS&E to send me the results for the written.
And how many firefighters took that?
That was 9.
9.
Yeah, so you got myself, training officer Ben Tassula, and Captain Nick Watson. We don't need, because we already have it from our career departments. But the 9 firefighters that could take it, took it. I got a couple more that I'm working with now to get them up to firefighter 1 standards as well. So again, our goal is by July of 2026 that everybody is firefighter 1 and 2 certified. So we already have a training plan in place at the beginning of the year to accomplish that. So, and that was through training officer Tashla and Deputy Stroud that put all that together. So, the practical, so they prepared for that. A lot of work was done by training officer Tashla for preparing them for the practical and the written portion of the firefighter 1. That was an all-day thing. So they were there all day. We were fortunate because it was in Corbeil, so it was local.
Yeah.
So the guys they didn't have to drive an hour and a half. They didn't go down to South River or Powassan, right? It was local, so the guys had more time to prepare and study and just kind of look over their nose before they walked in. But I assured them, I said, when they do the testing, that as long as you show competency, you're going to pass. And they all did. So I'm very proud very, very proud of all the firefighters that did all that. So
Testing is very stressful.
It is.
Especially as an adult, sometimes more so, because
yeah,
kids in school, they just kind of expect it, but we all react differently to the stress of tests.
yeah,
So
especially during promotional exams.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. This is what else I got here. Okay, auto extrication training. We did that last Monday. Was it last Monday or Monday before? Monday before, yeah. So firefighter Parcher was very kind enough to donate a car that he was going to get rid of.
oh
Yeah, so the guys had it in the bay and they tore it apart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, now it was led by Lieutenant Mason and Captain Watson. It was overseen by Trained Officer Tashula, so a lot of wealth of experience there. The guys had a great time. They're showing how to use the tools, the pinch points, what to do with patients in the car. You know, if you're listening to the commands, because there's one person's gonna be in command. So I use the command of freeze. It means everybody stops because someone has noticed something. So you can be cutting away because you're focusing on the tool burying or boring into the metal. And if you hear freeze, you just stop. Take your hand off the
Did you
tool.
videotape?
No, we didn't.
This was more of like a kind of like an entry level in a controlled setting. We have another in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We have 2 more cars that are public works that we're going to be doing a scenario with. So
And that we're going to videotape.
Yeah.
The scenario, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a scenario. So
There's one of the malices.
Does it know?
Yeah.
now he doesn't know it yet.
Can I come?
Yeah, so with the AutoX training, the firefighters use the cutters and spreaders on a vehicle donated by firefighter Adam Archer. The exercise covered cribbing points of the vehicle. So when you want to crib the vehicle, it's minimum 3 sides you want to crib. We like 4, but it's minimum 3. They gain access to trap patients, where and how to make a purchase point on a vehicle, the commands while using the equipment, limitations of the tools. So again, we're teaching the guys that let the tool do the work. Don't fight the tool. I know that if you hit some resistance, our natural instinct is to bear down, right? Let the tool do the work. And how to care for the patients. The training was facilitated by Captain Nick Watson and Lieutenant Zach Mason, was overseen by Trained Officer Ben Tasselak.
And
So,
if you've got 2 more, because it's only practice that's gonna get them better. at
That's
it,
right, yeah.
Right, only practice.
and it's everybody, like, at the end, I couldn't get them away from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, they want to go on. I'm like, okay, guys, I'd love you to stay, but it's 9:30.
Yeah,
Like, we have to
yeah.
clean up here. For my update, we always do ongoing training for the new recruits and the firefighters. So we have 2 new recruits that we hired in October. Plus, we have our 4 junior firefighters. So,
4 now.
yeah,
Okay, there was 3.
yeah. Now we have 4 now. Yeah.
Okay, so we have 18 operational.
Yep, and then 4 juniors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completed the 2026 fire department budget. Consultations with the CAO are ongoing, so that's gonna be going on early in January. Yeah, it was carbon monoxide awareness week, November 1st to the 8th. The fire chief and deputy Strood have completed the asset management for the fire department. The focus was on the inventory, identifying critical items that need replacing in the next 12 to 36 months, as well as capital items requiring replacement over the next 2 to 13 years. And this included a replacement schedule for every single apparatus that we have, so. I attended the Remembrance Day ceremonies in Callender with the mayor. As I said earlier, 9 firefighters completed and passed the firefighter 1 practical exam on November 22nd in Corbeil. This is, I was very excited for this point here. We as a municipality and the department, we were chosen to participate in Project Zero. So Project Zero, what it is, it's a public education campaign developed by the Fire Marshal's Public Fire Safety Council and in collaboration with Enbridge Gas. This important public safety initiative is funded by Enbridge Gas and provides selected Ontario fire departments with free combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarms for distribution to their communities. Project Zero was established in 2009 in an effort to reduce residential fire and carbon monoxide deaths to 0. So this all goes back into the OPP officer and her family that passed away tragically by carbon monoxide, and that's when the law was enacted. This may include the elderly people with people with disabilities or people with financial challenges. My theory is that any member of the community calls me and says, I want an alarm, I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, just give us a call, we'll come out, we'll make sure you're in compliance, because there are new carbon monoxide rules coming out January 1st in the fire code. Now it states that you have to have one at every level of the home, so, and that's in my report, you see at the very bottom. If you have any, if the community wants any information, please just contact me at my phone number that's listed on the website. The Project Zero was launched Monday, November 24th. We did a Facebook post. We did it on the town's website here, so we had a representative from Enbridge Gas there, and then we had, we had Counselor Donna, and then we had the CAO and the mayor, had a couple of firefighters, so it was very well attended. The first emergency first responder certification to take place the week of November 28th to the 30th and December 5th and 7th. So the first one, 28th to 30th, was for the participants that had to take the 40-hour course, and the 5th to the 7th was the 20-hour course. So, or 6th and 7th, because it was a Saturday, Sunday. So that was a 20-hour course. So I stopped in on the second half. While I was up here, I'm gonna stop and see my firefighters, see how they're doing. We had members from East Ferris join us as well. So they were in our training session as well. So it was a good, very good bonding experience between us and our neighbors. So it's stopped by and said to the guys, I'm just here. I'm not participating. I'm just sitting here in a chair. I'm just observing. You guys have any questions? Please let me know. This one here, we're going to congratulate the promotion of Lieutenant Zach Mason to the rank of captain. That will take effective in January once go to a council meeting in January. Captain Mason has shown exemplary leadership skills over the last 10 years, has serviced 2 Bonfield Fire Department. He has the respect and admiration of every firefighter. His promotion strengthens the leadership model and embodies the code of conduct of the township of Bonfield, which is honesty, integrity, respect, and team. The new carbon monoxide alarms take effect January 1st, 2026. These include, I listed a whole bunch because that's right from the fire code. That now, before it would have to be one outside every sleeping area, now it's one at every level of the home and in the area where the fuel burning appliance is as well. So I know some people think that may be much, but again, carbon monoxide being the silent killer, right? I'd rather have too many than not enough. For fire prevention, it's always ongoing at any incident call. Deputy Strood has completed the 2026 fire prevention calendar. I got that. Thank you so much. I got that email today, so that's all done. Yep. And then for community involvement, the Bonfield Fire Department participated in the Halloween parade on Saturday, October 25th. The community had a great time interacting with the firefighters during the parade routes. I saw the pictures, I talked to the guys. Yeah, community was having a great time. The guys walking the parade route with the floats. And also the Bonfield Fire Department held its annual haunted station at Station 1 on Friday, October 31st. The community thoroughly enjoyed being scared by the ghosts and goblins lurking inside the haunted station.
You did a fantastic job. Like that, you could tell that a lot of thought and work went into that. So
Yeah, the community had a lot of fun. The firefighters had a lot of fun putting it up, and
yeah.
Yeah, we went through it as well. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and that's my report.
all right, so 7 items for community discussion. So receive an update on CEPG project provided by the CEMC. Our CEMC is not here tonight, so we'll table that, as well as 7B. For the receive an update on the 2025 compliance report provided by the CEMC. 7C is receive update on the required action items provided by the CAO and fire chief. I don't know if there's anything there that we can speak to.
Nothing yet, no.
We'll table that.
We'll defer that.
Yeah.
So that's mostly like budget and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yes,
that,
yeah.
that you guys
Yeah.
have been working on, so.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a report for our January meeting and see where we're at. And then 7D, discuss a volunteer firefighter recognition program. So I have some handouts for you guys. So this is something that I wanted to do quite a while ago, and we just never had it as the right time until now, I think. So we'll get that started for January. And so I reached out to some community partners, so Dinner Bell has donated $12.25 gift cards. And Red Talk and sponsored $12.25 gift cards from Tim Hortons. So I'm gonna give them to you guys. We're going to appoint a volunteer firefighter of the month each month. So we put it as the second Monday of the month. So
Okay.
in February, second Monday of the month, you'll appoint somebody for January and so on for the next year. If there's a lot of reasons for it, hopefully it's looking at our community where they can start to see some of these guys and some of the work that they're putting in, as well as some personal things with them with home life and hobbies and stuff like that to try and bring them a little bit closer to the community.
Sure, yeah.
And hopefully do some morale and it's just kind of a fun thing for the fire. Maybe we'll even get a couple extra firefighters out of it, so. So there's a report here that I sent off to Nikki, which is more of a formality. It's
Okay,
the program is basically revenue neutral.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Am I eligible?
We'll leave that to you guys. You guys can start it out for January's.
Because right here, all eligible volunteer firefighters.
We'll see who's eating.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, no, just a fun thing for you guys to do, and I'm sure the November will kind of sponsor it year after year, so. Hopefully we'll do a quick write-up each month on whoever it was, and we'll get it on your Facebook page and on ours, and I think
Okay, we'll do like a kind of like a bio.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'll just be a fun initiative for everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Shows that we're thinking of them for sure.
And just to build on that, with our four
Junior.
juniors, thank you, our four juniors, Deputy Stewart and Training Officer Tassel and myself, we've done a little something for them for the year, so.
Okay, good, because I had asked about that. I had asked about that
Yeah.
as well, so I feel like.
Yeah,
we
you're
did-
just waiting for the items to come in and then.
Okay, thank you.
And the only other two things that I thought of that aren't actually on this report is going back to your haunted house, we need to get you guys some sort of donation container. Like I know fire departments before used to use the big plastic dogs. I tried to source those and they're
Oh, no.
impossible to find.
I should say, we
Yeah, yeah.
got some
Yeah, an old boot.
An old boot, we had an old
Usually
boot,
what I
yep.
put my money in,
Yep.
is an old boot.
Yeah,
Yep.
we just want, we should have something out there, because you guys are involved more and more in the community, and people are appreciative of that, and it'd be
Yep.
nothing for people to throw some change in after going through some haunted houses or any other community initiatives that you guys are involved in. And then we finished our display assistant, showing for fireworks, so Matt and myself finished on Friday, our third one.
Yeah.
So now we can be display supervisors. So for our show here on Canada Day, we can supervise and start bringing some other guys in and getting their certifications up as well.
So can I recommend that you update your report to reflect that? 'Cause
Yep.
this is kind of this is our record, right?
Yep.
So if you can put that, we have now 2 certified firefighter, because now going forward. And I think just the one other thing in the report is, that actually, Deputy Strood was at our, Remembrance Day. So
Okay.
that we did have, representation,
Okay.
so it doesn't look like, I know.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely add that in.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah, so if you could just.
Yep, I can add it in, send it to Savannah and.
Yeah, but of course, we're gonna, we're not gonna not come to Bonfield.
That's right, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and have representation, so, and there were a lot of firefighters there on that day,
Good.
which was, which was awesome, so.
Great. So no resolutions to be considered for council recommendation. No correspondence and no closed session. So brings us to adjourn. So moved by Donna, second by Sean, that the meeting be adjourned at
It's fun.
6:24. We almost made it half an hour.
Yeah.
No one was here, we will.
Yes.
All in favor? So was one.